viewers. I'm Karen Pereira from the Times of India, and today we sit down with director Jake Schreier, who is stepping into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to bring us the Thunderbolts. Hello, director. Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you too.
Love the film. It was emotionally seismic. It doesn't just entertain, it kind of wounds, heals, and also haunts you long after the credits have rolled.
Well, forgive us for the haunting. We'll take all the other ones. I don't mean to create a ghost, but yeah, that's it.
Well, sir, you are no stranger to exploring emotional complexities. Whether it's Justin Bieber, Kendrick Lamar trusting you with their music videos, to now Marvel handing you over some of the most bruised and broken heroes. Could you elaborate on how you balanced, such heavy themes in your storytelling?
Yeah, I think anytime you're trying to do something difficult like that, like you really just like in the movie, you're just very reliant on the people around you that you're working with. And I was very lucky to have a lot of the collaborators that I worked with on the show called Beef, which deals with a lot of similar themes as this. Lee Sung-jin, who created it, wrote multiple drafts of the script. Grace Yoon, our production designer, Harry Yoon, our editor. I think, yeah, you want in a movie, if you're trying to make it about things that feel real and human, then you just want everyone that you're working with to bring their best and also bring something personal of themselves to the work. And I think on this movie, we just felt very lucky to have an incredible crew, but also this incredible group of actors who really care deeply about these characters that they've already portrayed and want to make sure that there's an honesty in where you take them going forward and kind of it was very collaborative in that way of working together on where we were going to take the story.
So, you mentioned your actors collaborating. They work so well, whether it's action or whether it's, these gut-wrenching emotional scenes. What was it? What impressed you the most about working with, Florence, Sebastian, Lewis, who also, created these likable characters while also dealing with their past?
Yeah, I mean, the likability part was not surprising because they're also charming. But I think just, what felt great every day was that, they wanted to take it seriously, even when it's funny, you know what I mean, that they really showed up and you felt like if you have this group of actors and, like Sebastian and Florence and all of them, like you want to give them something for them to sink their teeth into that feels worthy of their talents. And I think every single one of our actors showed up every day excited to make it better with ideas, how to make it better, always brought their A game. They never phoned it in. David Harbour could be deep in the background, out of focus of a shot, and he was giving it his all every single time. It just felt like a really special group, and it made you want to do your best to give them work that felt worthy of them.
So, there have been films over the past months, years. Recently, Joker 2, that aimed at delving, deep into the emotional aspect of characters, but they received sort of a mixed reception. Do you believe the audience is ready to embrace, this darker, more personal side of superheroes? How does the Thunderbolt also aim to revigorate, this superhero fatigue that keeps going on in online discussions?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think in the end, there's still so much excitement and people care so much about this world and just want to see something new and exciting within it. And I think that as far as whether they're ready for the depth, I think that, yeah, I think we're in a world these days where these ideas are not niche issues, and that was like when we were working on Beef, that was really Sunny's kind of main idea was that themes of depression or isolation or emptiness are not small ideas anymore. They're universal ones. And, maybe who knows if people are ready to kind of whether they want to talk about that or admit that, but it feels resonant. And then also, again, I think that there's plenty of humor to be found within this movie, and there's certainly plenty of action. Even Julia punches someone, so it never felt like we were giving up the things that make a Marvel movie in order to explore these other sides. We wanted all of it to go together into something that, you know, feels very different and takes a very different route to get there, but by the time you get to the end, feels like it lives up to the legacy of so many great other MCU movies and the kind of very large scale, scopy stories that they've told.
Yes, sir, that is so true. Love speaking to you, loved your movie, and can't wait for the world to see it. All the very
Me
best.
neither.
And
Yes, thank you so much.